Hi everyone, it's me, ThePlantaholic. Hope everyone is well. It's been a month since I last posted my last video, so I thought it was about time I gave you an update. And it's the height of summer. It's the 9th of August 2020, and we're forecast to have temperatures into the low 30s with high humidity and tropical nights. So the plants are going to absolutely love it this week. So here's a shot from the conservatory, looking out over to the garden, and you can see my tiki bar on the left and the decking area, and I'm going to head out now into the garden. So the black-eyed Susans or Thunbergia alata cultivars are doing well. They're reaching towards the top of the frame there. Nice orange and yellow flowers. My Cestrum nocturnum should be in flower next month. It's setting the flower buds in the side shoots there. Highly fragrant at night. Tiny, creamy, yellowy green flowers. Not very showy, but the scent is incredible at night. My Braria Marta palm is doing really well. I only bought this in April, and it's grown many leaves already this year. I give it lots of food and water, and you can see the nice spear in the centre there. It's looking really good at the moment. It's in a pot, as you can see. I'm going to move it up against the house for the winter. Probably in this corner here, where it's sheltered from the north and the east, and the frost doesn't really go there in the winter. My Sonchus or tree dandelions or tree sophistors are done really well. I grew these from seed. Got several species, and they're all doing really well. My 4 o'clock plants have started flowering, Mirabilis jalapa. The flowers are nocturnal, or they open from 4 o'clock in the afternoon onwards, and they're highly scented. You can see this is neon pink, but I've got them in orange, white, yellow. Sansevieris or mother-in-law's tongue have done really well outside. And the Solanum crispum glasnevin next to it, which is hardy. My first of my hedychiums has come into flower, Hedychium gardnerianum or ginger lily. The scent is beautiful on this one. See the Yucca elephantypes and Ensete monteballadii. Got Jacaranda bonsai blues is growing really well. Hopefully that will flower next May, June time. Another palm I bought back in April, Butea odorata, is doing really well too. And again, the spear in the centre is doing really, really well. You can see a nice thick spear there in the centre. The tiki bar is looking alright. Enjoyed a few drinks already this summer from there. Looks particularly good lit up at night. My Cycas revoluta or cycad, as you can see, is growing some new leaves. In my last video a month ago they were just starting to push through, so it's grown this much since then. July was quite cool in the UK, even by UK standards, but It's really warmed up again now, and August has been quite hot. We've had a few in Birmingham 34 degrees. I know in London they've had 36, and one or two other places have had 38, which is a near a new record in the UK. It's been the third hottest day only last week. Rossellia equisetiformis, lovely red tubular flowers, and you can see fantastic neoregelia or bromeliads here. They've gone deep red now in this intense sunlight that we've been having. A nice Senecio Mont Blanc. It's actually Capitula Mont Blanc now. They've got furry leaves to it. They're covered in woolly hairs, which is quite unusual. Lovely colour. I've got another new succulent here, Oreostachys spinosa from South Africa. Just love the leaf arrangement on that. It's pretty hardy, I think, as long as it's kept dry in the winter. So my Tifonias, or Mexican sunflowers, that I grew from seed back in my earlier videos back in April time in my propagator, starting to flower at long last. The bees and hoverflies love them. They're really deep bright orange. It's quite difficult to get the true colour on this video at the moment. They are absolutely beautiful. And my salvias are also in flower. So this one's called Amistad. It's got almost black calyxes and deep purple flowers, as you can see, and it looks great next to the Canna striata behind it. You can see it's going to flower shortly. Behind that is Ensete Morellii, lovely colouring to the leaf, and then got some hardy red hot pokers. This is the Nyphophia ruperi. My Canna Tropicana Black, dark leaves, has just started flowering. The flowers opened overnight. I'm really happy with that. It's the first time I've ever had that one flower, because it's been quite a small plant up until now. Canna Australia, gorgeous colouring. And these Dahlia Bishop of Llandaff are completely hardy here. It's put on all this growth since May. And the flowers are obviously open now. Next, that's a red helenium, again much loved by bees. Salvia Royal Bumble. And yucca there. Some more Dahlia Bishop of Llandaff. I love the contrast with the Salvia patens there, the blue. This one's called Blue Angel. Use the Basdew there. And you can see more Tifonias. These are almost 6 feet tall, or, well, a bit less perhaps, but almost as tall as me. I'm approximately 5'10". Canna Tropicana. Again, there's a leaf, a flower bud there, and you can see the pinky, purpley Passiflora amethyst on the railing there, smothered in flower buds. Dahlia, this one's been hardy again. This is Conora Sunset, a cacti type dahlia. And here's my Ensete Monteballardii. This is a small plant in June, and now it's just a bit taller than me, so it's about 6 foot. Canna Cleopatra doesn't know what to do. Obviously she's doing what she should do. She's a bit of a confused plant. She's trying to be both dark and green leaved, as well as red and yellow flowered, and a lovely Canna Singapore girl. which is over 6 foot tall, orange red flowers and bright green leaf. Agapanthus, Alstroemeria Indian Summer, it's my last flower cluster. Some more Tiphonia. This is Hidicium Tara, that's going to flower hopefully next month. But my Hidicium Assam Orange is already setting flower buds, and that's completely hardy for me, next to my Melianthus Major, which is also hardy for me. My Acacia Dilbata Alpina, it's a hardy tree. I did prune it in the spring and it flowers in winter, January to February time, and it's got its gorgeous ferny foliage now, but you can see it's smothered, absolutely smothered in the flower buds. So that should look amazing come January, February time. Eucalyptus Gunnii, that again is hardy here. I'll copy that in April next year so it doesn't get too big. And a nice grapevine there, that one's called Spetchley Red. Spetchley is a garden in Worcestershire, not too far from here. Gorgeous colouring to the leaf. Salvia Hot Lips, that is also hardy here. The last of the daylilies, or Hemerocalis, this one is called Sammy Russell, this one's called. Some more salvias here. This is Salvia involucrata, which is hardy for me. And you can see the flower spikes on some of these are taller than me, so at least 6 foot tall again. This is my Ensete ventricosa, which I grew from seed March last year in my propagator, and it's really grown quickly this year. Lots of food and water and sun and heat. All bananas love all of those things. Bes Cornelia Yuccioides never flowered this year, but the foliage is great, and that's hardy for me. And the Heleniums are also hardy, being from North American prairies, and you can see the bees absolutely love them. I love to sit next to these and just watch and hear the bees buzzing around. Look how much pollen they get on their legs, it's incredible, isn't it? So I've got the pink Phlox Bright Eyes. When that's finished flowering, I'm going to move that because I don't like the combination next to the Helenium. I'm going to put a purple flowered Tibucina in its place. I just want to enjoy the last flowers before I cut it back and move it into my cottage border at the bottom of the garden. Scheffler Arboricola variegata. It's done really well as usual outside. And then next to that is Mango Popsicle Red Hot Poker Nyphophia. Got a hardy palm there, Trachycarpus wagnerianus. And various bromeliads are doing well outside as usual for the summertime only. And a cordyline fruticosa. Zinnias, Zinnia Purple Prince, which I grew from seed in my propagator back in April. If you look at my videos back then, you'll see how I did them. I wouldn't be without my Zinnia Purple Prince and my Tiphonias for the summer. They're fantastic, very colourful. Bees and hoverflies love them, as you can see, and they're just so pretty. hardy rudbeckia, just like the helenium from North America, prairies in the wild. This one's gold stem. Next to an elephant seer. Got a bit burnt the other day from the intense sunlight, but this is pretty hardy for me. I find this is hardy here. This is Colocasia esculenta fontanesii. Has fantastic blackish stems, and it sometimes does flower for me, but funnily enough it hasn't flowered this year. Next to that is Hedicium Stephen, which is going to be really big this year. It still hasn't set flower buds yet, but it should do for next month. Next to a hardy Cercis canadensis forest pansy, gorgeous leaves there. Stipa gigantea, or I think it's Celtica gigantea now. More heleniums. Vasconcelia pubescens. Scheffler taiwaniana's really taken off this year. Just again, it got burnt by the sun the other day, unfortunately. But the trunk is doing really well now. It's about 4 feet tall, 120 centimetres or so. Gorgeous blue salvia there. This one's the bog salvia or bog sage, Salvia oliginosa. It's hardy here. It likes more moisture than other salvias. Gorgeous blue, there's nothing else quite like it. And there's the other pawpaw Vasconcelia pubescens, which I'll bring in for the winter time. It's looking really jungly now, as you can see. Hardy sunflower, Helianthus salicifolia. It's a perennial. The flowers are very small, but this is just grown really for a foliage plant. I love the way it moves on the breeze, very jungly looking, very unusual. Nicotiana sylvestris, a type of tobacco. And another daily leaf, one of my favourite ones. This one's called Summer Wine. Nice rich pinky plummy colour, and I actually like the leaves on this as well, the way they are quite pleated. Just like the way the leaves are arranged too. I think it's one of the better foliage Hemerocallis. Sarracenias have done well. Tetrapanax Papyrifera rex has done amazingly well. And behind them I've got my tree dahlias, Imperialis there, and Campanulata, which should flower in the autumn. And cordyline, I think it could be red star, that's hardy here. Begonia luxurians is in flower. Nice miscanthus grass there. Mitraria coccinea in the Gesneriaceae family, related to Streptocarpus. Got furry orange-red tubular flowers. Fatsia japonica. Begonia rex cultivars are fantastic in the shade for the summertime. Codonopsis grey wilsonii, which is hardy. Another Nicotiana sylvestris. And my pineapple lilies, Eucomis bicolour. This stem is in flower, and this one has set loads of fruit. Okay, so that brings you to the end of my video for the moment, guys. Just have a look back up the garden, and hope to see you again soon. Happy summer.